Just getting here to the stream, and this is the beginning of the stream, and we're starting World Open round 7 analysis. So we went through round 1 through 6. That's on YouTube, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, but that's on YouTube. So round 1 through 6. This is round 7 of the World Open. Okay, round 7. So round 6, I just lost the game in a tough end game. I mean, the toughest end game, one of the toughest you can ever face. So I lost the game. Tough game. It happens. We go into round 7. I'm playing Aiden Zhao from Canada, and he's actually about 2100, 2150 USCF, something like that. So, but he's 2200 in Canada. So he's a pretty strong player. Pretty strong player. He plays with the black pieces here. Young kid. Pretty strong. So I'm playing with the white pieces here. Let's see what happens, okay? I start out with the trusty e4 as a Jedi would, because a Jedi could. That's what we play, e4. So, e6, he goes with the French. And I'm like, oh, I haven't got a French yet. I'm not ever afraid of the French. It's just boring stuff all the time. Who was black? Aiden Zhao. Aiden Zhao is his name. Aiden Zhao. So, I go d4. He goes d5. The regular here. You have many ways to play the French. At knight d2, I used to play. I'm not a fan, honestly, of playing against the French. Like, the French is so many ways to be solid and things to do that I'm just not a fan of playing against the French a lot of times. So I found this system though. Knight c3 is pretty good. Knight c3 is pretty good. Some people are also trying to revive the exchange. And also, I've been looking at KIA, which is d3. The 977, what's up, bro? Does not a Jedi start with f4? Absolutely. In early days of the Jedi, f4. Absolutely. That is correct. So, knight to c3. Knight c3, he goes knight f6. I go bishop g5. I always go bishop g5. So, if you play this, that's cool. If you don't, then you'll see today. Bishop g5 is cool. Am I hallucinating, or did JC play e4? I did. I always play e4. e4. Yeah. So, bishop to g5. This is the classical variation if he goes bishop e7. Bishop e7 turns into a classical. Bishop g5 is bishop e4 is more McCutcheon. And he can also take this, which is the burn variation. There's a lot going on. What's up, Luna? Welcome to the stream, Luna. So bishop to b4 is what he plays here. And now this is like the line where it gets very theoretical. It gets very theoretical here. So I take on d5. So let me ask you this. If you play black here, well, how do you recapture? How does black recapture? Okay, we have pawn, ed, pawn, take the knight on c3, pawn. Okay, so it's actually queen. It's the queen, guys. Knight takes d5 seem risky. Knight takes d5, jumping off the deep end. I would prefer it. It would be great. But no, queen takes d5 is the actual move. That's theory, actually. Queen takes d5. You can take with the pawn, but that releases really nothing. I get queen f3 in, and I get kind of an easy game is what it says. What's up, Elfins? Welcome to the stream. Benatore, welcome. He did it. Yeah, he played queen takes d5, so I knew he knew a little bit of theory here. AB, what's up, AB? Welcome to the stream. Put the AB in the air. Good to see you, bro. This is round 7. Round 7 of the World Open. Playing Aiden Zhao from Canada. No, it's not Canty. I am beat Fallujah with that queen sack. Oh, right. That queen sack was ridiculous. So, pawn takes f6. And what he's supposed to do, guys, he's not supposed to take this. Anyone that plays this theory, you're supposed to take bishop takes c3 check first. And then come back and do this. So now now it's kind of the same on both sides. And then I follow up with queen to d2. And black has a number of moves. c5, b6, knight d7. And like queen a5. These are all moves in all different lines, all different ideas, stuff that I still had to study, and it's ridiculous to know. It's very theoretical, like I said before, very theoretical. So he did not do that. He actually did this. So I was like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, big fella. So from here, I'm already feeling good because I know he's supposed to take on c3 first, but he didn't. A lot of people fall into that trap. Not even trap, but it just, I don't get to mess up my pawn structure, and you do. So I play queen d2. Play queen d2. Why queen d2? Because it's the best move here. You can always still defend, and the knight can still come to e2. KCP40, thank you so much for the 4 months. Loving all these analysis. Been watching them on YouTube while traveling. Thank you for all your awesome and educational content output, Master Jedi. Thank you so much, KCP40. Appreciate the love, bro. Let's go. Let's go. So queen to d2, I play this move, and I'm defending my knight, and I can actually just take it after bishop takes c3. So bishop takes c3, queen takes c3. I'm feeling excellent here in this position. He goes queen to d6, but the main move is supposed to be knight to c6 here. Knight to c6 is the main move, and a lot of times if I do castle queenside, a2 is left hanging, weirdly. So I have to go knight f3 first, followed by bishop to c4, and then I castle. Again, it's very theoretical. This stuff is very theoretical. Queen takes c3. So he goes queen d6. At this point, I was like, okay, you might lose this game, big fella, like for real. Because he moved his queen from d5 to d6. I mean, he's not developing much. I'm about to castle and get going. So I just went for it. Knight f3 first to develop. b6. Could a3 then castle? Yeah, a3 is coming. I mean, I don't need to play a3, but, you know, actually, you mean for queen d5? You could play a3 and castle, but he played queen d6, so I didn't really need to. He plays b6, and I have to castle queenside. He goes bishop b7, and now what do you do now as white? Looking at this position, it looks like you have a slight advantage, which you do. What do you do now? Keep him in the center, says Elfins. f5. f5 is not a move, big fella. Bishop b5 check from Minga. Bishop d3 from BC player. So I play bishop b5 check, but actually d5 is the secondary move. d5 is the secondary move that the engine gave before. And I was like, I thought about this for a long time, trying to keep this. I was like, what if I can get away with this? I'm already castle, and this is the thing about, you know, understanding once you castle, it's time to go. Like, it's time to work. It's time to put in some work. I'm castled at this point. This rook, always be aware of where the x-ray is. So d5 would have been nice. And I was like, well, yeah, if he takes with this, that's obvious. I can take on f6. But the critical line, which you always need to have a critical line when you're doing your calculations, is this one. Pawn takes. And I'm like, okay, he gets a pawn. I do get this square, which leads into knight f5. And also rook e1, he can't castle. I get a little bit of compensation. But at the end of the day, if I don't play this right, I am a down a pawn. So I do need to remember that, because I'm still down a pawn. And this could get bad if I don't play it right. But I did not do it. I should have played d5, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to play bishop b5 and try to play a little bit more solid first. But it was a possibility. And actually, the number one move from the engine is actually bishop b5 check, like you guys played. Bishop b5 check. He goes c6. Now, what happens on knight to d7? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone in the chat? Knight to d7. Great. I'm great. Minga, you're great. Rook h to e1 from Quentin. He says, bring the last piece into the game. I don't know, says Dota. Excellent answer. No Logical says 95. 95. Take on d7. The best move is 95, guys. 95 is really strong. Absolutely ridiculously strong here. I'm hitting this. I mean, if you take, you can't even take, you can take this way, and the x-ray is here. It's just too much because the king is in the center still. It's too much. It's too much. So he had to go for the concession here. And what is that? After bishop b5 check, there's c6. That's what he played. He played c6. Pretty tough. Who was your opponent, Canty? His name's Aiden Zhao. Aiden Zhao. So the engine here likes bishop to e2. I was not a fan of closing up this file, honestly, because I wanted to bring the rook to e1, of course. So I played bishop a4, and the engine did not like this move at all. Like, they just like don't like it, bro. Bishop a4, I mean, it's fine. But they said bishop e2 is better. I just wasn't into that. I wanted to keep something going here. Weird game. And I'll show you where the patience, how to have patience. I'll show you where that's at. Knight to d7, king to b1. you always got to play king b1. So I just put the king on b1 and like, I don't know what's next. So he castles. At this point, I'm like, well, I got some targets. I got some stuff going on, but it's not enough yet. And a lot of times you don't want to force anything. You don't want to force it because if it's not ready, it's not going to work and you can lose the game. So I just brought the last piece into the game. I have nothing else to do. Just brought the last piece into the game to better my position. That's usually something you should do if you have nothing else to do. So rook h to e1. He goes rook g8. I mean, simple move. Okay, you threaten, I defend. G3. But I knew as soon as I played G3, I thought this piece was a little loose. And I was like, this is a little loose, but I'll be okay, though. I'll be okay. And maybe I can swing around like this or swing around like this. But at the end of the day, I still need to figure out how can I, increase the pressure. If I ever move this pawn, knight c5 is really annoying. So there's a lot going on. And this is pretty solid stuff. Pretty solid. So let's see what happened. He goes queen c7. At this point, I'm like, I probably need to reroute. I need another plan. I need something. So what would you do here as white? Tough game. This is like not even... It's like, it's so boring. It's so boring, bro. It's just like shuffling pieces and just like, all right, guys. And we go here now. It's just that kind of chess when you play this. So in the French, will give you a lot of positions like that. Depends on what kind of position you play in. White can get a slight edge, which I actually should have went for the line they said, which is d5 to make it interesting. Sacrifice the pawn for initiative. That's what I should have went for, but I'll show you what happens. Why do you have to play king b1? I feel like keeping a c1 back rank keeps it from back rank mates. Ahmad likes chess. Welcome to the stream. Why you want to put a king on b1 or king on b8? You're not fully castled into then because you're liable of a lot of times checks on this file. And remember this, how often is a c file open in a game? A lot. You'll be surprised. You look at your next or last 10 games, see how many times the c file is actually open. That's where you castle, and that's where the king is actually indirectly. And you don't want to be in these kind of x-rays a lot of times with the king on c1. It's just very bad. So putting on king 1, putting the king on b1 is better. It's almost like castling and putting your king on f1. Like you go from e1 to f1 and the rook goes to e1. It's kind of weird. So you want to put it in the center. It's the same. That's how it usually works. Bishop e2 was my initial thought for the bishop, but you did better things with it harassing the king and weakening his light square bishops. Hold on to the Finchetto diagonal. That was tight. Yeah, that's what I did, man. Bishop a4. I just wanted to make it interesting. So I almost never castle queenside. Yeah, and it depends on the position. You don't do it every game, but it just depends on the position. That makes sense. Thanks a lot, GM. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. You're welcome. So I went queen e3. This is what I chose because I'm like, I need something to do. It's very boring. It's going to be a maneuver game. Yeah, and it's kind of basically equal here. So queen e3. I went for this plan here. Now, what would you do after this move? He goes f5. Everything's solid. Now you need to plan as white. Let's throw some moves out there. What do? What's the plan? c4. That is a plan. That is a very solid plan, Dota. Queen to c3 again. Okay, Minga, you could go back, actually. And you actually could, because that would help, putting the knight on e5 more. But it's almost the same. c4, knight e5, rook c1, queen h6 from BC player, knight to d2. Knight e5 from Jacobo. Knight g5 from Elfins. That's actually an interesting move. I think he just has knight f6, though. So what I did here, guys. Now, first off, this game is boring. Bro, I know. That's why I was like, okay, let's hurry up and get to this now. Because this is so boring. Yeah, absolutely. I hate the French. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's so boring. Thanks for the follow. I'm Miss Traveler. Welcome to the stream. But this is, man, I mean, this was boring, bro. You almost fall asleep when you playing this at the board. It's so boring. So 95 is not what I play. At this point, this is why you have to have patience, guys. You have to have patience because I barely calculated here, which could be very bad. Don't try this at home. I'm a Jedi. I've been battle trained. That's different for me. But don't try this at home. I literally did not calculate more than like 2 moves, which I usually do calculate way more. But I'm like, man, this is boring. I'm not trying to play 95. C4 is going to take forever to do stuff. But that is actually the plan I should have chose because you need to have patience sometimes. Got to have patience. Because, I mean, this game got crazy. It was very boring, and I didn't want to have boring, and I took a risk. I took a very big risk here. I was actually one of those Tau kind of risks where the engine says, oh, that was not a move, big fella. What's wrong with you? But as a human evaluation, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So I played Queen H6. Don't try this at home. Emote requested. Put that in the Discord, AB. Put that in the Discord. That'd be great. Go get one of those. I played Queen H6. What is wrong with this move? Please, someone put it in the chat. What is wrong with this move, big fella? Canty silently pouting by not calculating. Sounds like me. Takes the queen out of the game. Knight undefended from AB. I knew it. Queen H6 guessed it. You did, Benator. You did. You guessed it. Your queen is too far away from the game. C5 pawn. Weakens E5. So it does have to do with the knight on F3. AB is correct. He already answered it. He is correct. It does have to do with the knight. Loose pieces lose games. That's what I tell my students all the time. Loose pieces will lose games, so be careful. You know, a loose piece is an undefended piece. I got 2 of them actually on the board, so you need to be very, very careful. What's up, Canty? How's your day been? It's been great, man. Chess is life. Life is chess. Extreme Dota says B5 kicks the bishop. So I played Queen H6 and didn't calculate much here. I didn't calculate much, but I knew it was going to get crazy if he went for this. I knew it. I was like, I am so bored with this game. I don't feel like doing this. I was already still frustrated from the last loss. Now I was just like, oh, bro, let's just do something. So I'll play Queen H6. And I knew that there was a sideline in here that he probably didn't calculate. And that's it. Yep, you guys are correct. B5 and C5. So he plays this almost immediately. B5. It's a big boy move. B5. It happens, right? I go bishop B3. I back it up because I have to. He goes C5. Uh-oh. Whoa, big fella. You just lost the game last round, so you need to slow down here. You need to slow down here. With the white pieces, you better slow down. Because this is about to get real. Okay. What do you do now? What do you do now? You jumped off the DB and says Quentin Tanksley. Oh, it was very close here. It feels like it. It feels like it. But a Jedi does what a Jedi does. So what happens? What do you do? What do you do? What did the Jedi do? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. LOL, haha, yeah, funny. Goku's still charging that spirit bomb. He's still doing it right now, big fella. Knight to G5 or something. Let's go. Thanks so much for the raid. King's Bishop is in the building right now. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great stream. Thank you for the raid and welcome, guys. This is round 7 of the World Open. Round 7 of the World Open. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where you'll get to see the rest of them, actually. So welcome to the stream. Hope you had a great stream, King's Bishop. In this round, I'm playing Aiden Zhao. Playing the white pieces, we played a French here. It got very boring, and I went for some crazy stuff here. Crazy stuff. And I play white, so this is about to get crazy. Welcome to the stream. Hit the follow button if you haven't already, guys. Make sure the notifications are on so you know when we go live and you can catch more content. Appreciate you. Hugh Janice TV says knight to D2. Knight to D2 or knight to D5. Nope. Nope. Is someone going to find this move or no? What's the move? What is the move here? I have to find it because knight D2 is not it. Knight D2 is not a move. You can resign. It's over. Knight to E5, not a move, big fella. Just chalk it up. You might as well go home. Bishop E6, not a move, big fella. A3. Knight H5. No clue from Dota. Okay, that's an honorable answer. Knight to H4. Not a move. Not a move. And again, not a move. It's just not a move. There's only one move here. D5 is interesting. It's very interesting. Queen takes H7. D5. Not a move. I'm just about to put this all through the chat. I mean, it's everywhere. That's not a move. Bishop takes E6. Nope, that's not a move. Sack pawn takes. Nope. Hold up. Let me find that in the chat. That's just not a move. It's just not a move. Nope, not D5. Dota, you get a few of these too. C4. C4, you about to get a few of these yourself over here. D takes C5. Okay, Crazy Loca. Here are a few of those for you. D5. Knight G5 from AB. Hey, hello, AB. Welcome to the stream. You get a few of them yourself, big fella. That's for you. KG5. I know you meant knight, but that's here. You get a few of those. You actually get an extra one because it's spelled with an N. Queen F4. Come on, somebody got to find this move. We gonna sit here until we find the move, chat. Here we go. Queen F4. Here you go, big fella. You gonna get a few of them yourself. Okay, Queen E6. Nope, you get a few of them yourself, big fella. Knight to E5. Here's a few of those for you, my dude. Here's a few for you. Bishop takes E6. Not a move. Here you go. That's for you. I think you forgot something. Rook E3, Looney Tunes. Shout out to the Loon Master right now. Rook E3 is the move, folks. That is what I played in the game. Rook to E3. It defends F3, but it also sets up a weird, crazy type of position that we're going to get into. So I play Rook to E3. Rook to E3 automatically. Automatically, I play Rook to E3. He goes C4 automatically. What do you play now? Here is white. What do you play now? Here is white. Rook C3 pins. Watch this. Oh, man. Watch this. This was like Jedi mastery at its finest. I felt so great after making this move. Rook to C3. You could play Rook C3, but I was like, that's probably not the best move. I need something more aggressive. Rook C3 is the number 2 move or 3 on the engine. Didn't really look at it there, but Rook to C3 is not the move. I was like, I could go there anyway. I could go Rook C3, but I could also do something else. AB finds it. That's correct. AB is correct. A4 is the move I played on the board. I played A4 because it gives me, first off, I'm breaking this up. Secondly, I can move here as well. I can get the bishop out of the way just in case. So he goes for it. He's like, man, give me that. Rook C3. He was like, give me that one too, big fella. So I took this one, and then he takes here. And then what are you supposed to take with here, guys? What would you take with? This is the whole game right now. This is still the game. This is what happened. He takes on C3. What do I do? Which piece do you take with? King from Pieman. Pawn from Ahmad. Definitely the pawn. Connect your pawns. E-hop says pawn. Pawn, pawn. King, king. LOL. Pawn. So I took with the king. And this is where I have, this is the title of the stream, have patience. You have to have patience because I took it rather quickly because I already calculated this line. I took it rather quickly because I already calculated this line, but I failed to calculate any other lines. If I would have taken with the pawns, I would have won this game. If I would have, but because I taken with the king, I drew the game. I got a draw. Let me show you what happens. I should have taken with the pawn to connect the pawns and keep my king a little bit safer than what it was before. But just a little bit of patience to look a little bit further would have been able to find pawn takes instead of king takes. I took with the king because I thought my king could be a fighting piece and help out and bring the rook over here and do this kind of stuff. Spoiler, he says. So here's what happens. King takes C3. Bishop takes F3. I go Rook C1 automatic. This is what I calculated first. He goes here. I take the pawn to get extra material. He checks me. He got 2 rooks, by the way. I move out of the way. He takes off. Takes. Check. King here. He offers me a draw right here on Rook C7. And I'm like, draw? Bro, I've never been to art school. Like, I don't write pencils, pens. I don't have them. Draw what? So I'm like, no. So I sat here and I found some other moves. This is like patience part 2. Okay. Patience part 1 was like, you know what? Take with the king. And I should have took with the pawn, but I didn't have enough patience there because I was like, oh man, I'm like winning. This line worked. So, you know, when something works and you get all like, oh my goodness, it worked. you have to remember to calm down and still stay patient, because the game is not over yet. The game ain't over. And that's exactly what I was going for. I moved too fast. King takes c3 was just not a move. Then patience happens again. I'm like, at this point, all I got to do is take this and go through here. But I failed to realize that my king is still not the safest yet. Again, patience, having patience. What I should have played was king to e3. So my king has extra squares to go through, and then I'm actually probably winning this game after snapping here and queen is pawn. I'm probably winning. But watch this, big fella. Watch this. Queen takes. He hits me with knight f6. After he goes here, first off, what do you do as white? Where do you go now? I'm gonna tell you what I did. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. He goes knight f6. Where do you go now? Queen g7 from Dota. Queen h4 from Benetore. Queen h8. Queen h4 to possibly check on e7, queen h8, queen h3, and g4. So the best move is actually queen g7. That's what I went for. But here, I played queen g7 and I offered a draw. Because from here, I am in trouble. Not in trouble, but if there's a way that he can coordinate his pieces. I offered a draw. Because from here, because he offered me a draw a few moves earlier, and I got here and I was like, it's a draw. Because here's what's going to happen. Now, if he goes knight e4, then I'm winning. I'm totally almost winning. Knight e4 and maybe king to e3, and I can finagle out of this. I can get out of this. Okay, I can get out of this. But if he goes for the fortress type, more solid setup, which is knight d5, followed by bishop here, followed by rook c2. Not only the chess player says it's dangerous, that's correct. Not only is it dangerous, but I can't stop. My king can't run. I don't have enough room because his bishop cuts off my escape. So when I get around here in a like a triangulation mode, I'm still going to be, I can't get out. And he's still going to continue to check me on the back rank. I go back. I can't do nothing. I'm only defending with my king. What's your opponent's rating? Like 21 USCF, 2150. You know, he has a Canada rating that's master in Canada. But he's very strong. You know, he is strong. But I was like, man, like I was winning this game. I just, again, have patience. You got to have patience and composure, especially when you feel like you're winning. Have patience. So, knight to d5. And after he goes knight d5, I go here, queen here, and then he accepted a draw. Because after bishop here, I just go for this line. Queen here, rook check. King here, there's another check. And check again. King d1, I might be in trouble. There's also might be mate threats around my king. Knight, bishop, and rook, that's definitely mating material. So you better be real careful. And I was like, that's too much. I'm not trying to find all these moves. I only got a queen. I don't have many moves. So I'm just going to, I can't do anything else. I'm just going to go back and forth. And he would have set up the fortress. And there was no way out of it. There's no way out of that. It's all psychology too, correct? Correct, Looney. Have patience in two areas. Actually, this whole game is like about having patience. If you're just getting here and you want to tell, thanks for the follow, Wax Matt BL, thanks for the follow. So, you know, if you're just getting here, this is how the game started. Okay, we got a French defense. I'm playing with the white pieces here. Okay, and we go into a line that's still theory, but actually he played it kind of off. So I'm getting a slightly better position here. I go bishop b5 check. There's some fun. c6 happens. Okay, all this happens. You just reached 5,000 followers. That's right. Thanks so much, guys. We did just reach 5,000 followers officially because after we actually did it the last stream, but sometimes after it levels out and stuff, I was at 4996. We are officially over 5,000 followers. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I remember last year when we were just at 10 followers. So thank you so much. Let's get some hype in the chat. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. You guys made it happen. Now the next goal is the 10K. The 10 ball, the big boy, 10,000. Teaching a lesson with 101 viewers. That's right. Helping out. That's right. This was a French. I thought it was a Vienna. Yeah, it's a French, bro. It's a French. So knight to d7. Knight to d7, he goes here, and then I go king b1 first, because you got to get your king on b1. And if any kind of tactics that I thought I had, it's always ending in a check. So I needed to make sure. Mr. May, what's up, bro? Welcome to the stream, yo. So king b1, he goes castle queen side, and then I finally bring this rook over to h1. And then he goes rook here and g3. At this point, like I was saying, guys, you need to have patience, even in boring positions. This is very boring to me, and I'm a very tactical player, which I might even have to switch up what I play against the French. Because understanding yourself as a player is going to help you play and not have situations where you have to need more patience like I did in this game. So you need to know what kind of player you are. I'm aggressive, playing knight c3, not the most aggressive, so I got to find something else probably for later, so I won't have this feeling, or psychologically actually playing in this kind of game. I want to play something I'm more comfortable with. You talk with your opponent after the game? Yeah, we did post-game analysis, and some of the stuff he even missed, and I actually taught him a lesson. So, pretty good. But he's still a strong player. Oh, Mid, what's up, big fellow? Thanks for the host, too. I see you. Thanks for the host, bro. Welcome to the stream. So, after g3, though, after g3, queen to c7. He goes queen c7, queen to e3, and this is, again, patience number 2. After he goes f5, I was like, I need to make something happen and spark. I don't feel like waiting around and shuffling pieces here. So I play queen h6, which looks like it's going to be, he's going to win a piece. And he did go for the line. He did go for the line, and it got tactical. Bishop e3, c5, he's hitting my knight, and he's also hitting c4. This is where it got critical, and this is where I was like, okay, finally I'm awake in this game. I was like sleep at the board, but not sleep. But I was like, finally, we got something tactical here. You're hitting my knight, hitting my bishop here. Very risky to play like that. I don't, like I said, don't try this at home. You know, don't play like this. But here I was like, I needed something. I just needed to get something going here. So we follow up with a big boy move, rook to e3. He goes for c4. We hit him with a4. Takes, rook to c3, and then takes. And then I play king takes. And now I'm winning here. But the error was taking with the king. Again, having patience. At this point, I took with the king because I already calculated this line, and I thought that my king was better. Just if I was able to run it up the board this way and help out, especially after we probably trade off a pair of rooks and I use my queen and have a good day. You know, thought that was going to be like that. But this pawn was a shield of protection that would have helped me from the draw that I got in this game, and also would have opened up the b file where the king is very vulnerable too. So would have helped out. Now for what ifs. You took the pawn. Yep, a4 was a good move. Yeah, thanks, bro. Canty teaching us play boring chess against him. I'm gonna sack a piece. I will sack something. Play boring chess. I'm going to find something to sacrifice on you. So try it at home if you like. Absolutely. Rook to c1, king b7, pawn takes, check, out of the way, takes, and then check. And another patience move should have been king to e3 for me. Running away, because once knight f6, knight d5, well, I have to get my king to f4 first, so it's still a tough game. I'll play the French against Canty next. Oh wait, yeah, just wait. I'm reading and looking at some stuff against all that. I need more aggressiveness in my life. So rook to c7, and then queen takes h7, knight f6, queen g7, knight d5, and we end up in a draw. Queen f8, bishop e4, and a perpetual for life. This is round 7 as I take a draw here. And the last, this puts me at 3.5 out of 7 right now. So I need to win the last 2 games. And this, round 8 and round 9 will be covered in the next video. So this is round 7 of the World Open.